to go see the Mardi Gras.
The 24th Bacchus arrived in New Orleans late this afternoon. You could say he and his wife are just a little excited about the experience. At New Orleans International Airport, Bacchus members gave Major Dads Gerald McRaney and actress Delta Burke the royal treatment. McRaney presides over the Bacchus parade tomorrow night.
Now it gives me a great pleasure to introduce to you Bacchus 24. Here's a guy, Gerald McRaney, who really and truly is one of us, almost really one of us, because they do have property. They bought some property recently on Charter Street. But you know, he was born in Collins, Mississippi. He moved as a young boy to Picayune, Mississippi, and came to New Orleans many times over the years with his family to shop, Mardi Gras, etc. And he told Merv and I on the first night we met him, he said, you know, I had my real first fist fight at Mardi Gras. But with that, I would like to introduce to you a fella that is really, really going to be a great, great Bacchus because he really cares. Gerald McRaney, Bacchus 24.
Thank you all very, very much. I don't imagine if a fellow were to fantasize real hard that he could possibly imagine a better homecoming than this. I got my family with me. I've got people from here in New Orleans, friends that I've had here for years. One came out to LA with me, and he's back with me here again. This city just means so much to me. There's such an atmosphere about this place that everybody falls in love with New Orleans. Some of us are lucky enough to come back and live with her as well. This is the one mistress that Delta would never mind, is the city of New Orleans, because she loves her too. I can't tell you what this means to me. I am, for the first time in my life, maybe dumbstruck to express myself, and just how full of emotion I am, and how full of good feelings I am, and how full of love I am for all of you people, and for this magical, magical city. As Pip said, one of my first memories of Mardi Gras was getting into my first real good fist fight, and if you think I look bad, you ought to see the other guy. Good to be home. I don't have too much more to say, so let's get back to the party and laissez les bon temps rouler.
Thank you, Mac. And before, I'd like to make a little presentation to you. Something hopefully in the years to come that'll always remind you of the crew of Bacchus in the city of New Orleans and Mardi Gras. It says, Gerald McRaney, Bacchus 24, in Vino Veritas, Mardi Gras, New Orleans, March 1st, 1992.
All right.
You're welcome. Thank you.
What's the trophy?
Thank you.
We want to hear from Delta.
And here is our real queen, Delta Burke.
I do like that Queen stuff. I told him that he might...
Down here in the French Quarter, you'll have plenty.
I told him that he might be the king of Bacchus, but that I was the queen, and I was going to wear this big old crown and this banner that said Queen. But I thought I would let him have his moment. And I have decided, though, that I could be like a Bacchette. So I guess that's what I am. And I'm really happy to be here, and it's wonderful to have our family and friends and to be back home in New Orleans. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It gives me a great privilege to present to Larry tonight this token of appreciation from the crew of Bacchus. But especially, as most of you know, Larry is our costume designer. But this year is Larry's 45th anniversary as a costume designer and Mardi Gras' premier designer in New Orleans. So it gives me a great pleasure, Larry, to present to you Larry Youngblood, 45th anniversary as premier costume designer of the New Orleans Mardi Gras. Thanks for the memories. Larry?
Wow. I nearly left about 4 times, and everybody kept saying, "Where you going? Where you going?" I had to go to the can. Is where I had to go, you see. I thought I was crazy. He says, "Come back, because you're never here for the pictures." Even the elevator grabbed me. I was going to the church. "What are you going to do?" I said, "I'm going to the bath. Give me a break. I've been sick." Well, anyway, thank you very much. I'm surprised at 63, not only to get an award, but that I can still pick up a pencil and brush, and even though I'm not Mr. Mardi Gras, I knew him when, okay? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you all very much, and let's get back to the party. Thank you.
Some folks are saying this could be one of the most successful Mardi Gras ever. And with Major Dad's Gerald McRaney, now the crew of Bacchus. It's named after the Greek god of wine. And where their parade goes, there's a good time.
I drove 8 hours from Dallas to get here, and I love it! Yeah! I love LA, but New Orleans is great!
Only in New Orleans. This is fabulous.
At the Bacchus Ball after the parade, I got a chance to chat with King Gerald.
This man is a legend, and
Thank you, King Bacchus.
You have meant so much to this city and the world of music, and
I've
man,
seen a lot of Bacchus kings.
I'll bet you have.
You're the one.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 24th Annual Bacchus Parade on this Sunday night before Mardi Gras, and what a gorgeous night it is. I'm Lynn Ganser.
Right you are. It is gorgeous. I'm Norman Robinson. The theme for this year is Way to Go, featuring 25 wonderful floats and 27 exciting bands.
You know, in 1968, 12 businessmen got together with a vision for an innovative approach to Mardi Gras. Today, Bacchus is a super parade with 850 members.
A spectacular event, and tonight, leading them all, riding in the first float, is the God of Wine. Float number 1 carries Bacchus 24. The 24th monarch of Bacchus is known by 2 monikers. From his starring role in the hit television series, he's Major Dad, but we know him as Gerald McRaney, one of Hollywood's most well-loved actors today. Mr. McRaney has recently adopted New Orleans as his second home, guaranteeing him a special place in all our hearts. Hail Bacchus!
Hail Bacchus! And of course, he came to town with his wife, actress Delta Burke.
Bacchus 24. Hail Bacchus! The officers of Bacchus.
This is terrible. You can't fix this.
Now we're looking at the title float, setting the theme for Bacchus 24. What a way to go! What a way to go! And one of the ways to go is the great sailing ship. This one honoring Christopher Columbus, whom some people believe actually discovered America. And among the ways to go are the great covered wagons. We don't have to go like that anymore, though. The Conestoga wagons. Among the ways to go, there's one we here in New Orleans understand. Streetcars and trolleys. Can still see them right there on St. Charles, if not on Desire. And only Blaine Kern's streetcar conductor dresses like this. And here's a way to go that we could all enjoy. Aboard a one-horse open sleigh. A sleigh ride. It's Arboretum. And here's a way to go that may work well in the French Quarter. The rickshaw. Only thing that can make it through. Welcome the rickshaw driver and the riders. What a way to go. How about skiing? Yes, ski the slopes. And look at the skier up front. Couple of 8 hills there, yes.
She has dreadlocks.
This is the pumpkin coach, fit to carry a princess to a grand ball, or a bunch of riders to a great ball. The pumpkin coach, American coach. And entering stage left for only the second time this year, the Bacchus Whopper. The huge whale of a float. And we're going to watch him make this turn. Go get him, Bacchus Whopper. Entering the convention center now, Space, the final frontier. The great spaceship. And apparently some life from alien planets aboard the float.
We're gonna park right there.
More ways to go. How about around the world in 80 days? Took them almost that long to get around here.
Left over, man.
In a great balloon.
Got enough for another parade, huh?
The beautiful balloon. Mr. Al Hurt must remember this, certainly. Ballooning is certainly a way to go. Well, he didn't throw anything. Should have saved all that. Bacchusaurus, that grape-ridden dinosaur.
I love these gorillas. They're so funny.
Queen Kong is really
She looks like a big drag queen with that lipstick.
And now, let's welcome the Kong family. King Kong taking time out from the building in New York to march in Bacchus's parade again, followed by his lovely wife, Queen Kong, and their darling child, Baby Kong. What a family. The royal barges of the Nile now coming in, and you can look for Queen Cleopatra and the many riders who look like they've made it all the way from the Nile. Welcome the barges of the Nile.
Yeah, Cleopatra was barges of the Nile?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Barges of the Nile and Cleopatra. All right.
Yep. Followed by the gondolas in Venice. Another way to go. One of the great ways to go.
They're rolling now. Gonna catch up here.
What a big, big Bacchus welcome now for the royal barges on the Nile and the gondolas of Venice. Let's hear it. And now, how about the flying carpets? Back from old Arabia. And a huge genie coming out of the lamp, of course. The flying carpets.
A lot of fans dropped out and get this over with.
Jesus, I know, man. Listen, see, this is bad. They're not even interested. Look, they're not even watching it. Now, here's the way to go. The chariot, the great Roman chariot, as driven by Ben-Hur. And to be politically correct, Ben-Him.
So sorry nobody's paying attention to you to get I'll quote you somewhere.
Just people shut up and see if anybody will go anywhere. And now, welcome, Bacchus Gator! 100 feet long.
Got in pretty easy.
Yeah, he got in pretty good.
Been doing enough time to get in, I guess. Where are they gonna put that sucker? They might gonna just let it sit back there.
It's a military band there.
U.S. Coast Guard.
Means
All aboard! All aboard! We now have the lovely way to travel. Trains. Amtrak. Casey Jones and all those folks.
next is airboat.
Or if trains are too slow, well, take a plane. As float number... What? I'm sorry.
Quite all right.
Airplanes and helicopters and even the space shuttle. Yes, the age of flight. So you can't deal with trains or planes? How about a canoe? This float headed up by the Indian brave. You have to be brave to get in a canoe, right? Is that supposed to be? Is that supposed to be a submarine?
I think so.
And following the great canoe is yet another way to go. Not many of us get to try these. The submarine. Now something closer to home, jalopies. Seen a few of those around. The great American jalopy. And if you can't get that jalopy running, why ride an elephant or a camel as depicted on float 24? And the final float of Bacchus 24 is the glorious steamboat, which we can all see just outside these doors.
Well, yeah, half an hour at this one.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much. I want to thank everybody involved with Bacchus. for making the most remarkable evening of my life, with the exception of the first time I went out with Delta. This is real close. Oh, she's here. It feels great to be king. It's good to be king. I left the city of New Orleans about 21 years ago. Bacchus was just getting started, and this microphone was just being made. I think I'm feeding back with this costume on the microphone is what it is. But when I left here, Bacchus was just getting started, and I thought to myself, that's something that if I ever get to be a star of some sort, maybe one day. But it was one of the dreams that I had, to come back to New Orleans and come back in this kind of style and come back to this kind of crowd and be Bacchus one day. And this is home to me in Delta again. It was always home to me. I tell people I've been on a distant location for 21 years in Los Angeles, and it's time I came back. I had a hell of a time out there tonight, and the party is just getting started, so I won't hold it up any longer. Have I what? A Commodore? Yes, I've met several Commodores. I personally went to Ole Miss. You notice how the hostile crowd turns. I sense the presence of a tiger or two here. And probably somebody from the Green Wave. I know Al Sauls is here. Y'all are a little underrepresented, I might point that out. And a Vanderbilt Commodore over here. I think he's the only one in the room. But at any rate, Delta's here. At any rate, I'm going to let you all get back to the party. Have a good time. The evening is just getting started. Happy Mardi Gras 1992. And Mardi Gras and New Orleans will live forever.
Let's give the king a great big hand, huh? King Bacchus. Let's give another good friend of mine a great big hand. Russ Limbaugh. Let's give Russ a great big hand. Russ Limbaugh. Ain't got no home. I no place to roam. I ain't got no home. I no place to roam. I'm a lonely boy. I ain't got a home. I've got a voice. I love to sing. I sing like a girl, and I sing like a frog. I'm a lonely boy. I ain't got a home.